Bluetooth is found in practically every type of electronic device we use daily. There's your phone, smartwatch, and wireless headphones, to name a few. It's also found in many less noticeable electronics, ranging from the lights over your head to that expensive meat thermometer in your kitchen. Thanks to the growth of the Internet of Things, IoT devices. Yet, despite its pervasiveness, we rarely give Bluetooth a second thought as customers. It's simply there, but behind the scenes, Bluetooth has been making steady, occasionally bumpy progress, assisting in the development of much of the technology and innovation we now take for granted. Hello and welcome back to Unitro Digital. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel and set on notifications to be notified when new content is posted. Let's start talking about the history of Bluetooth and its future with Amazon in today's video. Let's take a look back at Bluetooth's history and in it fits and starts evolution. Bluetooth's release history isn't quite rosy. It's come together in fits and goes, says Bill Ray, a Gartner Senior Research Director. Bluetooth has tried to be all things to all people, and it has fallen short on countless instances. The Bluetooth Special Interest Group, SIG, was founded in 1998, and it is responsible for the development of Bluetooth. The committee delivered the initial version of the Bluetooth specification a year later. Unlike what we have today, it was designed primarily for conducting audio calls using wireless headphones and was exceedingly slow. This 1.0 edition, as well as numerous of its successors, is referred to by Ray as Bluetooth Classic, putting it ahead of Bluetooth Low Energy, BLE, which allows for more efficient connections between devices. We may see examples of these fits and starts in the years spanning from 1999 to 2009. Ray cites an ultra-wideband UWB networking protocol for Bluetooth, which never gained traction but would have allowed for extremely precise location tracking applications. A Bluetooth solution to negotiate Wi-Fi direct connections was also proposed but never implemented. Apart from these attempts, Bluetooth has experienced a number of privacy issues over the years, with customers need to give explicit consent before their devices can be tracked. Version 4.2 would go a long way towards securing these things. However, there was also the issue of 4G interfering with Bluetooth signals and vice versa, resulting in connectivity troubles and excessive battery loss. This was fixed in version 4.1, but it was a huge source of frustration at the time. When we look at Bluetooth, the evolution from where we were to where we are is not seamless, Ray explains. There were a number of forks going off-road and several make it. Each consecutive specification update was focused on increasing speed and reliability. The most recent versions, Bluetooth 5 and 5.1, added considerably more speed and range, up to 50 megabytes a second and 800 feet respectively. Several improvements to reduce Bluetooth's power consumption have also made it possible to fill homes, companies, and automobiles with connected devices. If you're engaged in Bluetooth's success, it's tempting to perceive it as the solution to all issues. There is plenty of potentials for Bluetooth to expand, but it doesn't live in a vacuum. Certain applications have piqued the interest of certain potential competitors, and they aren't from little businesses. According to Ray, the main juggernauts with the potential to challenge Bluetooth are Apple and Amazon's efforts, and they're both ready to compete on location monitoring. Amazon's answer comes in the form of Amazon Sidewalk, which promises to connect various IoT devices via a low-range, low-bandwidth network that spans communities and beyond, not just individual homes. Hello, mates! Are you having fun so far? If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments box below. Now, let us talk deeper about Amazon's Sidewalk. Amazon revealed the Sidewalk network last year, a new low-bandwidth, long-distance wireless protocol it created to connect smart gadgets inside and, maybe more crucially, outside of your home. Sidewalk, similar to a mesh network and could potentially cover an entire neighborhood with the correct number of access points, is moving closer to debut. Compatible Echo devices will become Bluetooth bridges for the Sidewalk network later this year. According to Amazon, and certain Ring, floodlight, and spotlight cams will be part of the network as well. Due to the modest bandwidth of these connections, Amazon anticipates that customers will be willing to share a tiny portion of their bandwidth with their neighbors. According to the company, Tile will be the first third-party Sidewalk gadget to use the network when it debuts its compatible tracker shortly. When Amazon first unveiled Sidewalk, it didn't go into great detail about how it would operate. That's changing today, with the business releasing a white paper outlining how it plans to protect privacy and security on the shared network. However, the Sidewalk should not be viewed as competition to Thread or other mesh networking protocols, according to Manalo Arana. He clarified that the team isn't attempting to replace existing protocols, but rather to develop a new model of transport, as well as a way to control the radios that connect the devices. And what better way for Amazon to jumpstart the network and establish enough of a presence to allow homeowners to link their smart lights at the edge of their homes, for example, than with the Echo family of devices. Echoes will function as bridges, and that will be a major deal for us, Arana added. Can you imagine how many customers will benefit from that feature? And it's critical for us to be able to receive that kind of care. Tile will be the first edge device, the first Sidewalk-enabled item, and it will be able to track your possessions, your wallet, and whatever else you care about. In many ways, Sidewalk fulfills that promise. You share a small amount of bandwidth with your neighbors in exchange for the opportunity to connect to a smart light in your garden that would otherwise be outside of your network, receive motion sensor alerts even if your home Wi-Fi is down, or track your lost dog who is wearing a smart pet finder. When Amazon initially unveiled Sidewalk, it demonstrated this feature. The team highlights in today's white paper that Amazon will cap shared bandwidth and provide a simple on-off toggle for compatible devices to give customers the option of participating. A device's maximum bandwidth is limited to 500 megabytes, while the bandwidth between a bridge and the Sidewalk server in the cloud is limited to 80 kilobytes per second. The Sidewalk service's overall architecture is rather clear. The bridge communicates with the terminus, such as a linked garden light or gateway, as Amazon also calls it in its documentation. To connect to the devices on one side, the gateways will employ Bluetooth Low Energy (BLE) frequency shift keying (FSK) and low ray in the 900 MHz band, and then talk to the Sidewalk network service in the cloud on the other. Amazon runs the network server, which handles incoming packets and guarantees they come from authorized devices and services. After that, the server communicates with the application server, which is either run by Amazon or by a third-party provider. All of these interactions are encrypted many times, and even Amazon will have no idea what orders or messages are being sent over the network. 3 levels of encryption are used here. The application layer is the first layer, and it allows communication between the application server and the endpoint. Then there's Sidewalk's network layer, which safeguards packets as they travel across the internet. There's also the so-called flex layer, which is added by the gateway and gives the network server a trustworthy reference of message receive time and adds an additional degree of packet confidentiality, according to Amazon. In addition to employing one-way hashing keys and other cryptographic approaches, whatever routing information Amazon receives is destroyed every 24 hours, and device IDs are cycled on a regular basis to ensure data can't be traced to particular customers. Arana emphasized that the team decided not to make this project public until it had undergone comprehensive penetration testing and implemented kill switches and other security measures. For example, the researchers also devised unique methods for securely provisioning devices within the network. He also mentioned that silicon vendors interested in enabling their chips for Sidewalk must go through a rigorous testing process. When you look at the level of security requirements for silicon to be part of Sidewalk, many of our silicon vendors haven't been qualified simply because it has been the new version and it has to have certain secure boot features and things. That has been quite an eye-opener for everyone to see how IoT is improving and will get to a tremendous level. But there is still a lot of work to be done, and this is part of it. We took it on and embraced that degree of protection to the fullest, and the vendors have been incredibly cooperative and enthusiastic in their engagement with us. Silicon Labs, Texas Instruments, Semtech, and Nordic Semiconductor are among the vendors with which the team has collaborated. Amazon teamed up with the Red Cross to execute a proof-of-concept version of Sidewalk to enable the Red Cross track blood collection supplies between distribution hubs and donation sites. Because Amazon is kicking off the network with its Echo and Ring devices, expect to hear a lot more about Sidewalk in the coming months. That concludes today's video. Remember to subscribe and set on notifications to be notified of new uploads. Unitro Digital here, and we'll see you in the next video.